Good morning. This is Danny Gilly from Medicare Made ABCDEasy. I'm going to do basically some housekeeping here, and we'll start with phone number. If you have any questions or concerns, just give me a call at 847-931-1410. That's the radio call-in line this morning at WRMN. And then if you have a request and it's outside of the call-in, you can always call our reservation line, and it's 630-320-6906. And also our website. And our website has everything. For instance, we have 7 workshops that are coming up. And this will be the only workshops for the rest of the year because, of course, we have open enrollment that starts in October 15th through December 7th. And we don't do any seminars during that time because guess what? We're taking care of all of our clients and our book of business that we've had for years. And we want to make sure that we have time for them. Our website is ddginsurance.com. Pretty simple. ddginsurance.com. Okay, so our first, our first workshop this year is going to be September 22nd at the Center of Elgin, and that is 100 Assembly Way right down here in Elgin, and that's a 6:30 start time. Matter of fact, all of our workshops are going to be a 6:30 start time. On the 24th, we have Lockport. It's at the White Oaks Library, 121 East 8th Street in Lockport, Illinois. Again, 6:30 start time. And then on the 23rd, we'll be in St. Charles at the Potawatomi Community Center there in St. Charles, and that's September the 23rd, 7:30 start time, and that's at 8 North Avenue in St. Charles. And then we have Schaumburg. It's the Park District on 301 North Springscroft Road. That's in Schaumburg, Illinois, another 6:30 start time. Then we have Westchester on the 29th, and that's at 10700 Canterbury Street in Westchester Public Library, 7:30 start time. And then on the 30th, we'll be in Lamont Park District, and that's 16050 West 127th Street in Lamont, Illinois. Again, 6:30 start time. October 1st, Aurora, 6:30 start time at the Ola Community Center at 555 East Olola Road, and that's in Aurora. Well, that gives you the 7 workshops that we have between now and the end of the year. Obviously, if you're making decisions on what you need to do as far as your upcoming changes for Medicare, I would highly recommend that you attend one of these classes because basically what we're going to go over is everything you need to know. If you're on a program now and you're not sure as whether you're going to stay on that program or maybe possibly move to a different program, you need to know some of this information is very important. Now, one of the things you're going to look out for, if you're on a Advantage plan or you have a supplement and you have a prescription drug plan, you are going to receive from either one of the companies, the Advantage plan company that you are enrolled to in 2025, you're going to get a booklet. And then also the prescription drug company that you were enrolled into if you were on a supplement. Now, that booklet is to tell you what the changes are going to be in your particular plan. That way, an Advantage plan let's say they make some changes and they drop a doctor's group. This is your warning to tell you, get ready, because if you want to stay on that doctor group, you're going to have to shop around for a different company in the upcoming open enrollment. The open enrollment is for Advantage plans and prescription drug plans only. If you're on a supplement, you do not need to worry about that because there is not an open enrollment or an annual. There's an open enrollment, but there's not an annual enrollment for the Medicare supplement. Basically, once you have a supplement, so long as you pay the premium, you can stay on that supplement as long as you would like. And if you move outside of the area, don't worry about that. The supplement travels with you. So it's not an issue. Basically, we're only talking about people that are on Medicare Advantage plans. And that would be anybody with an HMO or a PPO. Those are the major Advantage plans in the area. In that particular case, then, you just have to enroll into your if you're going to stay on the current plan, you don't need to do anything because they're basically saying, don't worry about it. If so long as you're going to stay on the same thing, you don't have to do anything. But if you have to make any changes as far as moving to your particular plan because there was a change in the particular doctor's group or maybe on a medication that you were taking, they no longer cover it. There's a lot of reasons why that you want to do that review. And then a lot of times I will tell my clients, it's a good time just to check to see what's out there and available to you. Because if you haven't had a review in a couple years, it's to save you time and money to look at what other plans are available to you. Obviously, in an Advantage plan, we want to look at, your doctors, who you have as your PCP doctor. Maybe you have a cardiologist that you love your cardiologist, and that's one thing you're not wanting to leave. Maybe you have other specialists. We want to make sure that those specialists and doctor groups are in your network. And obviously, if there are some changes in that, you have an option that you can look to see where that specialist or that PCP doctor is, and hopefully we can match those up with you if there's changes that needs to be made. Another thing what we've noticed is a lot of the PPOs have been making some changes in those, and they've been looking at HMO POSs, which they have been pushing this year. The companies have been. What I'm going to make a recommendation to you, anybody on an Advantage plan, do yourself a favor. Get yourself a hospital indemnity plan. Here's the reason. Because on a lot of those doctor Advantage plans, the cost of the hospital coverage has gone up. And so you want to make sure that, because that's the main cost factor for you on an Advantage plan, is that hospital cost. So get an indemnity plan. That way you can choose what you want. You can set the amount that you want to have, the amount that you want to have covered, and then we basically set that up for you. And it's a way that you can have a zero premium from that Advantage plan, but still get that coverage that you need by having that hospital indemnity plan. I would recommend anybody that has an Advantage plan to look into that, because it is nothing more but to help you. I think we have a break coming up now, which is a good time for it, because now I'm going to finish talking about the prescription drug coverage.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com. Warehouse 55, a popular vintage store in Aurora, is relocating to Batavia. Known for its well-curated mix of modern, contemporary, and antique decor and furnishings, Warehouse 55 will bring nearly 50 dealers to 161st Street in October. Manager Mindy Schloss says the business grew from one floor to filling two at 55 South Lake Street in downtown Aurora. The new digs span 8,000 square feet on one level. Warehouse 55 opened in September 2019 with 30 vendors after owner Mark Allen Schuldine came across the space in the historic Aurora building. The business expanded within 5 years to maintain about 50 vendors and a second boutique location in Chicago's Westtown neighborhood. The Kane County Coroner's Office has identified a 63-year-old Campton Hills man who was killed in a rollover collision near St. Charles last week. Francesco Sarnelli died in a single-vehicle crash, which happened around 8:10 a.m. Tuesday at Silver Glen Road and Old Homestead Road in St. Charles Township. His preliminary cause of death is multiple traumatic injuries. Authorities believe the collision happened when a 2008 blue pickup truck was headed east on Silver Glen Road when it went off a curve in the road while traveling at a high rate of speed. The truck rolled before coming to a stop. Emergency responders found Sarnelli, who sustained critical injuries. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. Powerball players will get another chance today at a jackpot estimated at over $1 billion after no one won the big prize Saturday night. No one has matched all six numbers since May 31st, allowing the jackpot to swell to $1.1 billion, which would be the fifth largest prize in the game's history. Payments would be spread over 30 years, or a winner could choose an immediate lump sum of an estimated $498.4 million, again before taxes. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, sunny with a high near 80, temperatures falling to around 78 in the afternoon. This afternoon, sunny with temperatures around 78. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 58. Tomorrow, a slight chance of rain showers in the morning, then showers and thunderstorms likely with a high near 74. Currently, it is 65 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
welcome back to Medicare Made ABCDEasy. On the radio today, if you want to give me a call, 847-931-1410. Reservation line, 630-320-6906. And, of course, our website, ddginsurance.com. And I'm going to bring up, I had a real nice couple that called me from the radio show last week. And they visited me in the Elgin office. And I don't give out any names because I haven't got their approval, but I will tell you, they were on the F plan, which was the most expensive of the supplement type. And I switched both of their plans over. On the gentleman, I switched to the different company. His wife, we kept with the same company, but we just switched the plan. And I was very, very happy to let them know that I saved them $2,000 a year in premium. And the exciting part was they still had got pretty much the same coverage. And they were very happy, and I was glad that I could do it. And again, I really thank you if you need some assistance and you give us a call, because my goal is to make sure that you don't spend one nickel more than you need to for your health care dollars. It's expensive, and it gets more expensive every year. And the best that I can do for you is just to make sure that you don't spend more than what you need. Which this is important because we have some workshops coming up. And I know that you'll want to make sure that you write these down. But if you forget, go to ddginsurance.com, and all these workshops will be listed on our upcoming workshops available. On September 22nd, we'll be at the Center of Elgin, 100 Simply Way at 6:30. It's a great facility. I love that facility. The other one on the 24th will be at Lockport, Illinois, at the White Oaks Library, 121 East 8th Street, 6:30 start time. And then on the 23rd, we'll be at St. Charles, the Potawatomi Community Center, and that's at 8 North Avenue in St. Charles. And then on the 25th, we'll be at Schaumburg at the Park District at 301 North Springsgrove Road. Again, that's at a 6:30 start time. September 29th at the Westchester Public Library. They remodeled that a year or so ago, and it's really nice. At 10700 Canterbury Street. Again, that's at a 6:30 start time, and that's in Westchester. Then we have on the 30th in Lamont Park District, 6:30 start time at 16050 West 127th Street in Lamont. And that's at the Park District there. October the 1st, which is going to be our last workshop for this upcoming year, a 6:30 start time at the Ola Community Center at 555 Ilola Road, and that's in Aurora. So that's a list of the 7 workshops that we have for the rest of the year. And we do quit our workshops during the open enrollment and the annual open enrollment, because really we are too busy with our clients, because all of our clients are calling us, do we need to make a change? I have that Advantage plan, and I got this booklet that says these changes that are going to be made. How's that going to affect me? And the other part is they're on a prescription drug plan. And they're calling up and they're saying, okay, do I stay on the same drug plan that I had last year, or do we make a change? Well, the only one way that we find out is we do a analysis for your workshop. I tell my clients, please send me a list of all of your medications. And then, of course, I always get this note, not from everybody, but quite a few, That's all. It's okay, Danny. I don't have any changes from last year. Everything's the same. And I always come back with, humor me, please. Send me that list, because you probably forgot about something that was added during the year. And with that additional medication, I may have to put you on a totally different drug plan just to make sure that you don't spend too much money. So they send me the list, and then I run everything for them, and then I call them back and let them know that we do need to make a change for you, and this is the plan that you will be on. If I would have left you on the plan that you had last year, it would have cost you $200 or $300 more for the same thing. Keep in mind, there's not a drug plan out there that covers every medication known to man. Here's the way it works, and people don't understand this, and I understand. I understand why it's hard for you guys to comprehend this. But under Medicare rules, every company has to have at least 2 medications for each ailment. Well, the drug plans get to choose the medications that they put on that particular, on their prescription drug plan for the year. My job is to make sure that when I get your prescription drug list, I run it through our software, and then it comes up with the first one that comes up is the best value for you for 2026. So I will say, okay, this is the best drug plan for you. This is the reason. This is the cost. I send you a copy of what your costs are going to be for the year. And then I do an explanation, because sometimes a client will say, why is there such a huge change in my prescription drug plan from the year before? And then I have to break it to them that, they make changes on these prescription drug plans, and they hope that you're not paying attention. And if you're not paying attention, and after December 7th, whatever drug plan you were on December 7th at midnight is the one you're going to stay on for the next year. And there's no second thoughts about it. You basically have to stay there. And so if you don't check those cost factors and the changes in medications from one year to the next, then unfortunately you get stuck there. And there's been a couple times where my clients will go, I must have just forgot about December 7th. I know that you told me this all the time, but this is the 10th. Can I make a change? And I go, I'm sorry, that's not my rule. That's Medicare rule. And there's no making any changes. They won't allow it. So then you're stuck with the same drug plans you had the year before, and you end up paying $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 more because there were some changes made, or you added some medication in the year, and I didn't get the update, and you didn't call it in time. So it's really important. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to make sure that I do everything in my ability to make sure you don't spend one nickel more in your medications or in your Advantage plans than you need to. But I need to hear from you. So what I tell all my clients, please send me an email with all the updates. Now, if you're not a client of mine, that's okay. I still love you. Just send me an email or go on our reservation line and click on there that you want to send information to Danny Gilly, and it'll go right to my inbox. And that's at ddginsurance.com. Or if you want to just give us a call at our reservation line at 630-320-6906 and say, have Mr. Gilly give me a call. I would like to set up a time or send some information over to him to look at my prescription drug plan or look at my Advantage plan. If it's anything to do with Medicare supplements, okay, remember this is not open enrollment for Medicare supplements. And I understand that everybody thinks it is, but it is not. Medicare supplements can be changed anytime during the year. You can change a Medicare supplement every month if you wanted to, if you were healthy and you can go through underwriting. If you're beyond your open enrollment, yeah, we can make a change all the time. Matter of fact, that company, that couple I was telling you about, we're making a change in his supplement starting October 1st. So, yeah, that can be done at any time. So it's just so that you know that the open enrollment, annual open enrollment, is for Medicare prescription drug plans and Advantage plans only. Don't worry if you send me some information about a supplement. I may not even address it depending on how busy I am during the open enrollment, annual open enrollment. I would probably start addressing that stuff in January with you or latter part of December. But don't worry, we'll still look at everything for you and at least let you know that let me put you on the calendar for later this year or first part of next year. And that's if you're on a supplement. And let me remind you, if you were on the F plan and you've been on that plan for God knows how long, and you're saying, well, I really, I have health issues and I know I can't change plans. And I will tell you, there still is one company out there that does not ask any health questions. And if you're on Plan F, I can guarantee you I can put you on Plan G and still save you money. So you just need to give me a call and let me know your situation, and we will make those moves as soon as we can to save you the money. And, of course, we'll want to make sure that we check out your prescription drug plan at the same time. Now, let's look at the next part of this. And this is what we call the open enrollment for your Advantage plan. Now, let's just assume that you made a huge mistake and you went into, you kept the same Advantage plan that you kept the year before. Okay, so you were on the same Advantage plan and you took your little card that you got from that Advantage plan in to see the doctor in January. And the doctor says, well, I'm sorry, but, we no longer take this plan. Well, guess what? You have an out. Okay, it's what we call the Advantage open enrollment. And this is to make corrections for anybody that made a mistake. So you just have to come back to me in January and we can make that change upon your request to a different plan with a start date in February 1. And if you go to the doctor in February and they tell you the same thing, well, then we can make that change over in March. In March, we can make that change over into April 1st, but that is the end of that correction time. So we can move you to a different Advantage plan, or you come to me and you say, Danny, I just got into this Advantage plan last year, and I haven't even been in it for a year, and I just don't care for it. I had it a supplement before, and I was very happy with that supplement, but I'm just not happy with my Advantage plan. No problem. If it has been during that first year and it was the first time that you were on an Advantage plan, anytime during that year, you just have to let me know that this is not what you thought it was cracked up to be. I can move you back to your Medicare supplement that you had prior to and move you back to a prescription drug plan accordingly. There is no loss of options. It's a once-in-a-lifetime situation that this is available to you. But don't think that this is the first time you went into a Medicare Advantage plan and it wasn't what you wanted. Okay, we can make that change during that first year and put you back to original Medicare, and you can select the supplement that you had from before, and it's a guarantee that you go back to that supplement. If that company is no longer issuing insurances in the state of Illinois, not to worry, then we can select any company that we want, and they do have to take you. So that's kind of your out if you make a mistake. Now, I am going to caution you about these 800 numbers that you see on the TV. Now, it's a little early yet, but trust me, October, middle of October, you're going to start seeing these. 1-800, and it tells you you'll get free grocery money. They'll pay part of your rent. They got, you got a gym. You get monthly, not prescriptions, but over-the-counter medications that are free. You have dental coverage. It sounds so good, I want to sign up on it myself. Well, there's so close to false advertising because it'll say down there, according to your zip code. What they end up doing is they put everything in this ad from every zip code in the nation, and then they put it in the one ad, and it really sounds good. Don't be fooled. Okay, because I'm going to tell you what happened. So we've had a couple situations, not many, over the years. We've had a couple where they heard that advertising over the radio or the TV, and they call that 800 number, and they sign up because they're pretty slick talkers on those calls, and they try to get you to make that changeover before they let you off the phone. And so what happens, they're really not caring about what your health issues are. They don't really understand you as a client as well as I do. Because when I sit down with you, I want to know who you are. I want to know what you're looking for. I want to know if you have any health issues that I should be aware of. I want to know who your hospital is going to be that you want to have all your elective services done. I want to know who your PCP doctor is. I want to know who your specialist is. I don't care who it is. It can be a cardiologist. It can be any specialist out there. And if they have coverage for dental or eye care, I want to know who your doctors are for them to make sure that I select the right plan for you. So there's a lot to it. And I can guarantee you they don't go through all that information on that 800 number because that's not what they're looking for. They're looking to get you on a program that they can put you on as soon as possible. Let me tell you what happened. It's been about 3 years now. A client called me. His wife called me, matter of fact. Danny, my husband screwed up. I know he did. So can you come over and see him? He actually lived in Rockford where I live, so it's actually not that far from my house. And so I said, I certainly can. So I made an appointment. I got there, this is my rule. If I'm not 15 minutes early, I'm late, in most cases. And so anyway, I got there a little bit early, and I was waiting for him. And I said, asked his wife, he knows where I'll be here, right? Oh, yeah, he'll be here. He's at the hospital. He's having chemotherapy. I said, what do you mean he's having chemotherapy? Well, he has lung cancer. So he came in, and I found out what plan that they put him on in that 800 number. Well, the hospital he was going to for his chemotherapy and radiation and everything was not available on the plan he had chosen. So that meant if he stayed on that plan, he would have to change all of his doctors in his hospital in the middle of all of his treatment, or he'd have to pay for the out-of-network fees. and he had a Medicare supplement with a drug plan. And all of his costs were covered except for his deductible, which at that time was less than $200, or about $200 a year. He would have had all that treatment and only $200 out of pocket. But now, because he was on that other plan, he would have maxed the plan out, and he would have had to change doctors. So he was worried, and I told him, I said, don't worry about a thing. I'll take care of it. And they enrolled him into the plan, but it was during the annual open enrollment. And during the annual enrollment period, the last one in wins before December 7th. So I said, well, we're going to change your drug plan anyway, because I found a different one for you for this next year, because they made some changes in his medication. So I entered in his new drug plan, which automatically kicked out the plan that they put him in on the MAPD for that next year. I kept him in his Medicare supplement, and of course, I was a hero. But these things happen, and we understand that. But I'm just going to tell you, be very, very careful. If you're not a client of mine, that's still okay. Just be very careful when you're calling those 800 numbers. They're just, they don't know you. And unfortunately, they're pretty good salesmen on those lines. And their job is to get you enrolled as soon as they can. So with that, I have only a couple minutes, and I wanted just to remind you of the upcoming workshops. September the 22nd at Center of Elgin at 100 Simply Way on the 22nd. On the 24th, Lockport at White Oaks Library, 121 East 8th Street in Lockport. And then on the 23rd, St. Charles at the Potawatomi Community Center on 8th North Avenue. Then on the 25th, we'll be at Schaumburg at the Park District at 301 North Springgrove Road. Next one is Westchester, and that's the 29th at the Public Library at 10700 Canterbury Street. And on the 30th, Lamont Park District at 630 at 16050 West 127th Street in Lamont. And October 1st, the last one that we'll have this year is going to be in Aurora at Aglola Community Center at 555 East Aglola Road. So I want to thank you for spending some time with me today. I will be back the first Tuesday of next month. Thank you.